Listen up, you lot. Gout is not a badge of honor, it's a bloody nightmare. It's time to take control of your health and kick those gout flare-ups to the curb. In this video, we're diving into the 7 food felons that are causing chaos in your joints. We're talking red meat, seafood, sugary drinks, the lot. You'll learn exactly what to avoid so you can finally say goodbye to gout. Let's get one thing straight. Red meat, as delicious as it may be, is a recipe for disaster when it comes to gout. It's loaded with purines, and those purines are a one-way ticket to gout city. When your body breaks down purines, it produces uric acid. Too much uric acid, and you've got yourself a first-class ticket to agony. Sharp uric acid crystals build up in your joints, causing inflammation and pain. If you're prone to gout, even small amounts can be a problem. Talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian to figure out what's right for you. Enjoy lean protein sources like chicken, fish, beans, and lentils. Load up on colorful, nutrient-rich veggies to help combat inflammation. Ditch the red meat and opt for healthier alternatives. Your joints will thank you. Now let's talk seafood. I know you're probably thinking, but chef, seafood is supposed to be healthy. And you're not wrong. Many types of seafood are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, which are great for your heart and overall health. But here's the catch. Some seafood, particularly shellfish and oily fish, are also high in, you guessed it, purines. We're talking about those delicious but dangerous culprits like shrimp, lobster, mussels, anchovies, sardines, and even tuna to a certain extent. Now, I'm not saying you have to say goodbye to seafood forever, but if you're watching your uric acid levels, moderation is key. Think of it like this: seafood is like a fine wine. You wouldn't guzzle it down like water, would you? You savor it, you enjoy it in small doses, and you appreciate its complex flavors. The same goes for seafood when you're managing gout. Opt for lower purine options like salmon, cod, tilapia, and haddock. These fish are still incredibly nutritious and won't leave you feeling deprived. And remember, portion control is crucial. Stick to a serving size of about 3 to 4 ounces and you'll be right as rain. Now I know some of you might be thinking, but chef, what about sushi? Is that off the menu too? Well, not necessarily, but you need to be smart about your choices. Avoid rolls loaded with high purine seafood and opt for veggie-heavy options or those with lower purine fish like salmon or tuna in moderation. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding which seafood options are higher in purines, you can make informed choices that won't send you hobbling in pain. So go forth, enjoy the bounty of the sea, but do it wisely, you hear? Now let's talk about something truly diabolical: sugary beverages. These sugary concoctions are the silent assassins of the gout world. They might seem harmless, but trust me, they're packed with hidden dangers that can send your uric acid levels soaring. We're talking about sodas, fruit juices, sweetened teas, energy drinks, you name it. These drinks are loaded with fructose, a type of sugar that's metabolized differently in your body compared to glucose. And guess what? Fructose is a major culprit in raising uric acid levels. You see, when fructose hits your system, it sets off a chain reaction that leads to the production of uric acid. And the more fructose you consume, the more uric acid your body produces. It's like throwing fuel on a fire, you're just asking for trouble. Now I know what you're thinking, but chef, what about diet sodas? They don't have sugar, and you're right, they don't. But they're loaded with artificial sweeteners, which are a whole other can of worms. Studies have shown that artificial sweeteners can also mess with your metabolism and potentially contribute to gout. So, what's a thirsty soul to do? The answer is simple: stick to water. It's the best thing you can drink for your overall health, and it won't sabotage your efforts to keep gout at bay. If plain water is too boring for you, jazz it up with some fresh fruit slices, a squeeze of lemon, or a few sprigs of mint. Remember, staying hydrated is crucial, especially if you're prone to gout. Water helps flush out those nasty uric acid crystals and keeps your body functioning at its best. So ditch the sugary drinks and embrace the power of H2O. Your joints will thank you for it. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite social lubricant, alcohol. I know a cold beer or a glass of wine can be incredibly tempting, especially after a long day. But if you're battling gout, alcohol is like adding insult to injury. You see, alcohol, especially beer, is a double whammy when it comes to gout. First, it's metabolized into purines, just like those delicious but dangerous foods we talked about earlier. So, every sip of beer you take is essentially adding more fuel to the uric acid fire. But wait, there's more. Alcohol also interferes with your body's ability to eliminate uric acid. That's right, it throws a wrench in your kidneys' works. making it harder for them to flush out those nasty uric acid crystals. It's like clogging up the drain while the faucet's still running, a recipe for disaster. Now, I'm not saying you have to live a life of complete sobriety, but if you're serious about managing your gout, you need to be mindful of your alcohol intake. Moderation is key, my friends. If you do choose to indulge, opt for clear spirits like vodka or gin, as they tend to have lower purine levels compared to beer. And whatever you do, avoid binge drinking like the plague. That's a surefire way to trigger a gout flare-up that will have you hobbling in agony. Remember, alcohol and gout don't mix. So be smart, drink responsibly, and prioritize your health. Your joints will thank you for it. Listen up, you lot. We need to have a serious chat about organ meats. Now, I know some cultures consider these delicacies, but when it comes to gout, they're a bloody nightmare. We're talking liver, kidneys, sweetbreads, the lot. These awful offenders are packed with purines, even more so than red meat. Think of organ meats as the concentrated essence of purines. They're like the uric acid bombs of the food world. One bite and you're practically begging for a gout flare-up. I'm not exaggerating here, people. If you value your joints and want to avoid excruciating pain, steer clear of these purine powerhouses. I know your grandmother might swear by her liver and onions recipe, but trust me, there are plenty of other delicious and nutritious foods out there that won't send your uric acid levels through the roof. Stick to lean protein sources like chicken, fish, beans, and lentils, and load up on those colorful antioxidant-rich vegetables. Remember, this isn't about deprivation, it's about making smart choices that will keep you feeling your best. So do yourself a favor and ditch the organ meats. Your joints will thank you for it. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: processed foods. These culinary criminals are everywhere, lurking on supermarket shelves, tempting you with their convenience and artificial flavors. But trust me, they're a one-way ticket to Gout City. We're talking about those prepackaged meals, fast food abominations, sugary cereals, and anything else that's been stripped of its nutritional value and pumped full of artificial ingredients. These frankenfoods are loaded with sodium, unhealthy fats, and hidden sugars, all of which can contribute to gout flare-ups. You see, processed foods create the perfect storm for inflammation in your body. The high sodium content can lead to fluid retention, putting extra pressure on your joints. The unhealthy fats further fuel inflammation, making your gout symptoms even worse. And those hidden sugars? Well, we've already talked about how sugar is public enemy number one when it comes to uric acid. So what's a hungry soul to do? The answer is simple. Cook more meals at home using fresh, whole ingredients. I know time is precious, but trust me, your health is worth it. By preparing your own meals, you control exactly what goes into your body and can avoid those nasty processed food additives. Remember, you are what you eat. So ditch the processed crap and embrace a diet rich in fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Your joints will thank you for it. Now let's talk about those sneaky devil's refined carbohydrates. These culinary culprits might seem harmless, but trust me, they're a roller coaster ride for your blood sugar levels, and that's bad news for your gout. We're talking about white bread, white rice, pastries, sugary cereals, and anything else made with refined grains. These foods have been stripped of their fiber and nutrients, leaving behind a fast-acting carbohydrate that sends your blood sugar soaring. You see, when you eat refined carbs, your body breaks them down quickly, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar. This triggers a surge in insulin, which can lead to inflammation and, you guessed it, increased uric acid production. It's like a recipe for gout disaster. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up carbohydrates completely, but you need to choose your carbs wisely. Opt for complex carbohydrates like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables. These foods are digested more slowly, providing a steady stream of energy without sending your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. Think of it this way: refined carbs are like kindling. They burn quickly and intensely, while complex carbs are like logs. They burn slowly and steadily, providing sustained energy. Which one do you think is better for your gout? So, ditch the refined carbs and embrace a diet rich in complex carbohydrates, lean proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of fruits and vegetables. Your joints will thank you for it. Listen up, you lot. Gout is not a life sentence. You have the power to take control of your health and kick those gout flare-ups to the curb. By avoiding these 7 food felons, you'll be well on your way to living a gout-free life. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about the foods that trigger gout, the better equipped you'll be to make informed choices that support your health. So, ditch the junk, embrace a healthy lifestyle, and start feeling your best today.